Welcome, April.
Hello.
Hey there. How are you?
So I'm a little stressed over one of my cats.
What's wrong?
Um, well, I think he's constipated, but the last couple of days he's been not eating right, and
He
like
might
I
have
don't
a
know,
blockage.
and something in his mouth too because he wants to eat, but like if it, like I have the little chunks, the
Right. Does he have
and
something stuck in his throat, maybe?
I don't know, and he won't. He's not the type. He won't let me look in his mouth. He never let me look in his mouth.
You gonna take him to the vet?
Yeah, I'm taking him tomorrow. My concern is money
Yeah, I know. They're expensive.
because I don't I'm kind of lucking out that the exam itself will, the primary exam
Hmm.
will be free, but anything past that, I'm concerned.
Yeah, those are the expenses. I even looked into insurance because I have 4 cats. And I thought it might be a good idea to get pet insurance. So I go looking into it. And it's not really pet insurance, it's more like a Christmas club type thing. You pay into it monthly, and then when you have a vet bill, they pay whatever you have in there to the vet bill.
Speaking
Oh,
of
he's a
cat,
tux.
so this one is the one having the issue, Smokey.
Oh, he looks like he's not comfortable.
And you see him moving his mouth
Yeah, he's got something in his mouth.
and
He
stuff,
might
but
have a bad tooth too.
he's been constipated off and on for about a week. I've been trying different things. He managed to pass something, a small amount of something earlier this morning, but this one, the tuxedo shorty, he's a little bit more easy to manipulate and do what I want
Hmm.
to him for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Smokey,
I have one that's difficult.
yeah, Smokey's not I'm not, he's one that I can't really pick up.
Hmm.
Um, he loves to be petted, but he doesn't want to cuddle.
I
I
get it.
can't,
I have one like that. I have Bella.
yeah,
She decides when cuddle time is, and she will jump on my lap and sit there until she's tired
yeah.
of it. But you can't pick her
Smokey,
up, and if you
yeah.
try to pet her when she doesn't want to be petted, she'll swat your hand away.
No, well, he doesn't mind being
Yeah.
petted. It's just I can't manipulate where I want him.
Yeah.
He's always had a little bit of anxiety where he paces throughout the house.
Mm.
And if there's more than one person in the living room, he does laps around to everybody.
Mm.
He's like, pet me, okay, you pet me, okay, you pet me.
No,
I know dogs
Um,
do that.
we call Bella our Russian kitty because she pets you. You don't pet her. She'll come up and rub on your leg. She'll be friendly. She'll jump
yeah,
on your lap, but you don't touch her.
yeah, but yeah, no, with him it's if I need to check something, yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Yep. I can't check her for anything. She's always got to
Yeah,
go to the vet.
instead of she,
She's she's the only one out of the 4 that I have the 3-year vaccine on because taking her to the vet is a pain in the butt.
yeah, no, I'm gonna have a fun time trying to get him to the vet in the morning because putting him in the carrier and just bringing him anywhere, you would think he was being killed
Yeah.
because
I open up the carrier and leave it on the floor at night with a nice soft little something inside. And usually they're inside by the time I wake up.
yeah, I have it out there now just to
Yeah.
give him the idea that that something's gonna be happening.
Mm. Cause more anxiety.
No, well, at least he's
Mm.
looking at it and smelling it. He's not gonna involuntarily go in, but um, at
Oh, my
least
cats love their boxes.
no. My cat Smoke, my other cat, the tuxedo, he's easier for me to push around and poke at, and I can usually get away with it for a few minutes before he goes, okay, enough.
I
But
have
like,
one
I get
cat.
like,
I
yeah,
was gonna say I have one cat that is the exact opposite as the other one. Like one of them
yeah,
likes catnip, the other one could care less about catnip, doesn't like treats, doesn't like wet food. It just wants the same dry thing every day. And the
yeah.
other one
No,
wants treats
I
and
feel bad because I know that I tend to do the wet food in the morning and dry food at night. But since he's been constipated, I've been giving him more wet food. Um,
You give them
you know,
oil of any kind, like cod liver
I've
oil.
been putting a tiny bit of coconut oil. Not every time, but at least every couple of days I'm trying to put because they don't like the taste of coconut oil to begin with.
Yeah,
yeah.
but coconut oil might not be all that good for their digestive system.
Yeah.
Cod liver oil is much better for them.
What about castor oil?
No,
No, no, no, no.
no,
No. Okay.
no.
Stick
It's
to
toxic for them.
you can get salmon oil, you can get cod liver oil. The salmon
Fish
oil is good
oil.
for the salmon oil is good for what's it called? Health and digestion for them as
Hmm.
well.
Fish oil is what you give cats, and that's what will grease his tubes.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
coconut vegetable oils. Cats are carnivores. Period. They the only reason they
Yeah.
eat vegetables is because they've got a stomach issue and they'll go out and eat grass.
Yeah.
But you got to give them fish oil. Don't give them vegetable oils.
All right. Yeah, because I've been trying to look around and I've seen things that say a little bit of coconut oil could help.
You
Um.
know what I do? I make my cat food, and I have krill oil. I buy it in the little capsules. And when I make their cat food, I take 3 krill oil capsules and I pierce them and put it in the food.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much, but krill oil is very good for them. And you can get them as supplements in little capsules. So all you have to do is, if you're making their food, you just poke it and squeeze it onto their food.
Yeah. What about the pumpkin puree if it's constipation?
I don't think they're going to want that. Cats are real finicky about eating vegetables.
Yeah.
Pumpkin's better for dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't push anything on them because
No.
if he's got a blockage and he's not pooing, then you don't want to fill his stomach. If he's not
Yeah.
eating, then don't force it on him.
Yeah. No, I know he wants to eat because like he gets excited to go to the bowl.
Yeah, because he's hungry,
Yeah.
but he can't. But you can't feed him because he's not pooing.
Yeah.
If he's constipated, you're just going to pack it in and pack it in. And it's going to get worse and worse and
Right.
worse. So the krill oil, you could put some on his plate and see if he licks it off. Any kind of fish oil.
Yeah.
Lube up the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes through your system really quick, so I would assume it would pass by all the other stuff that might be
Yeah, it
blocking it as
does. It
well.
does, and it blends with it, and softens it. I put in their food. I put taurine. The problem with giving them food is you're not sure how much taurine they're getting, and cats need taurine. So when I make their food, I buy taurine in capsules, and you open them up, and it's a powder, and I put that in their food. I put the krill.
What do you do for their as far as you say you make their food? What do you use to
Okay,
make
you can use tilapia because it's cheap. You cut it in little pieces, and you can use chicken. You can use turkey. You can use beef, but beef and turkey are a little more difficult to work with. Chicken and tilapia are the easiest to work with, and you dice it up in little pieces, and you put it in a fry pan with water. No salt, no nothing. You can't season cat food, and
Yeah.
you let it cook. When it's done cooking, especially fish, it will fall apart. You break an egg into it. And then you grind the shell up into powder, that egg. I keep my eggshells because I grind them into powder and put it in a jar. So I put about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of that crushed eggshell in because they need the calcium.
Yeah.
And what else? That's it. And you just let it all cook and stir it up and let it cool and put it in little portions.
You
But
be
it's got the
babying the heck
taurine.
out of your
It's,
cats.
huh?
I said, you baby the heck out of your cats. I wish I did
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
I can do it with chicken livers. I can do it with chicken gizzards. You know, the gizzards, you can't get them to fall apart, so you have to dice them really small. But it's a lot cheaper than buying all that canned cat food. It really is. If you put the effort in it, it's a lot cheaper. And the food lasts a long time because you put what you're not going to use in a week in the freezer.
Yeah.
And you wrap it up in those little snack size Ziploc bags or whatever and just throw it in the box in the freezer.
Do cats do turkey and stuff too?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it just chicken? Any bird pretty much?
Turkey. Yeah, but the problem with ground turkey, unless you buy a turkey breast and dice it up yourself, it's not going to work well. When you buy the
Yeah,
ground turkey,
you kind of want the shreds of the
yeah, you
muscle.
want to be able to mash it up because after you cook everything and it's hot, you got to mash it up into really, really fine into that water. But you don't want to put a whole bunch of water in there.
Yeah, because my cats won't eat puree. They'll only do stuff with shreds. They're
You
picky
can do
about
it.
it.
You can make it flaked then. You don't have to
Yeah.
mash it up. Well, chicken's not going to mash up all the way, and neither does fish. The
No.
nice thing about the tilapia is that once you put it in, I put it in little square containers and put it in the refrigerator, it gets this gel on the top. And Bella loves that gel, and it's loaded with vitamins. The water turns to a gel. I think it does the same thing with chicken, but not as thick.
Is it all the oil separating from the fats and the oils?
Yeah, well, I take the fat off when I'm cooking chicken breasts for them.
Oh, okay. Do you leave the skin or you do
No.
skinless?
Do it skinless breasts. They're much easier. Otherwise, you got the skin and all the other stuff in your way when you're trying to flake it down.
Yeah, we all hope it gets better.
Yeah. But homemade cat food, I made homemade dog food for my dog because he was diabetic. And finding the right food for a diabetic dog is very difficult.
I could imagine.
So if anybody wants that recipe and their dog is diabetic, I got it.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of the store brands and stuff have high sugar in it or something.
They're empty calories. All they're doing is filling the dog up. And the meat is processed meat. I mean, Alpo looks like it's a nice stew and everything, but no, I wanted him to have real meat. And because he was diabetic, I couldn't give him raw. So chicken is best for a diabetic dog. So I would buy chicken in those 5-pound bags, both white and dark. And I'd put it in a huge pan in the oven with a little bit of water and just bake it until it was falling off the bone.
I've always heard chicken and rice was good for them when they had bad stomachs. Is rice really good for dogs?
Yeah, rice and potatoes, but not if the dog is diabetic because they do the same thing to the dog that they do to us with the carbohydrates. And you don't want to give those to a diabetic dog. So a diabetic dog gets meat, eggs, carrots, kidney beans, oats. And that's what he got. And his vitamin was an oil I dripped in, and he got CBD sublingual.
April, are you feeling any better?
Well, I don't have a voice, but other than that, and I'm still coughing a little bit.
I'm gonna say I saw your update about the cough attacks. I was like, I've seen a few of those when you just get one little cough and then it turns into something that you can't stop.
Mm-hmm. Did you get that weird fog where you live, April?
Weird fog?
Yeah, there was a fog over most of the country that was making people sick.
Earlier today, or?
No, anytime in the last month.
Not that I know of.
But yeah, in the last month, I think April lost her voice and was having a cough.
No,
well, are you up at night to see it?
I'm always up at night.
That's what I figured. You might not see, well, maybe in the morning if she's asleep by morning, then she might not see it. But there's a lot of people complaining about respiratory problems.
Well, there was a little fog earlier, but I think that had to do with the weather, not necessarily
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
There's some people coming down with this respiratory thing, and there was some sort of parasite that was connected to it that causes this respiratory thing.
yeah. When my brother got sick about a week and a half ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then my mother and my other brother ended up getting sick. Everybody ended up getting some kind of, like you said, respiratory thing.
Yeah,
And
people all over the country are complaining.
I wasn't getting anything, and just as everybody else started to get over like whatever fever or whatever that was attached to it, they then I started to get sick. But the thing
Oh
with me
dear.
is I always have some kind of bronchial thing every year.
So you're susceptible to it.
Yeah. Or if it's not every year, it's like every other year I get some kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and my voice always ends up going. At first, I thought I wasn't gonna lose my voice because, like, I went a week. I got the fever, I got the coughs. Slowly started to get the cough under control, and then my voice started to go. I was like, I thought I was gonna not gonna lose my voice this time.
Mm-hmm.
Almost made it through.
Yeah, and it's always the last. But then I always get stuck with that, and I still have like the congestion.
Yeah.
Mine's like that when we get the bitter cold out here, and we had a bitter cold a couple weeks ago, and then my throat just gets so dry. Plus, running your heaters and stuff in your house, and
Oh yeah.
I don't run a humidifier, so plus the
My
smoke I'm probably putting in the air isn't
my
helping.
hair would frizz up there in the winter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I have a lot of hair, but it's fine. It's that baby fine hair,
that's how
and it
Granny is, and he
and
just
it
produces like natural oil, and his hair is just greasy all the time.
we call that Florida hair. That
Yeah,
fine hair. Yeah, I have to wash my hair every 3 or 4 days. But it's super fine hair, and I have a lot of it. And up north, down here, I can't roll it. I can't curl it. I can't do anything. It won't hold a curl. Nothing. Up north, it would hold a curl, but up north, it would frizz. So yeah, I like it better down here.
Basset hound's getting older, can't chew too well.
Oh,
Yeah, that always goes with time too. It's always worth like so sad when their teeth start hurting and. Mm.
yeah.
But yeah, Granny was telling me the other. Well, it was an older stream, but I was watching it the other day, and yeah, we were making a joke. I was like, "You all," because he like spiked his hair up with his hands, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Up here, that just means you need to shower."
It
And
does
he's
down
like,
here too.
"Well, no," he said, "No," because he was like, "I shower 2 to 3 times a day." He goes, "I'm just an oily person," and I was like, "I don't
Yeah.
know how you shower and get oilier."
No,
Like, it doesn't.
it's
I
my
dry
son
out.
is like that. My son is like that. He takes 2 showers a day.
Yeah, we went for about 2 minutes talking about Granny's secretions, and then we moved on.
Oh God, yep. No, I'm not an oily person. I work in my garden and I'm outside digging in the dirt and sweating my tail off. So yeah, I have to wash it every 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. I was gonna say I like to whenever I'm working outside, especially because I'll just find like I got little bits of dirt or something in my hair. Like it just happens when I'm flying a shovel around all
I
day
know, and
or
I don't know where it comes from. I get dirt on my backside, and I was like, I wasn't sitting on the ground. You know, I
because
wear
you're
flip
flinging it.
flops. No, I'm wearing flip flops, and we have a sandy yard.
Oh, and they flip it up
Yep,
on the
you
back.
get it on the
I know what
backs of
you're
your
talking about.
legs.
Yeah.
But I
I
have got
say
so many vegetables coming in now that and planted. I went out today and I cut turnip greens and squash, and we had those for dinner with flat iron steaks. It was really good.
it took me a week to realize not to sit on the ground when you're landscaping in Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Something will
Only a
crawl up
few.
your pant leg.
It's always ants. There's
Yeah,
ants everywhere. And I'm like, this is annoying.
ants, centipedes, inchworms.
It's the biters that get me. As long as they
Oh
don't
yeah,
bite, I'm fine with it. I don't
spiders.
mind if they crawl on me. But you sit on one ant hill and then you got a bunch of red ants on you going
Yep.
nuts.
I have a bucket that I take around, 5 gallon bucket, one of those Home Depot buckets, and I take that around with me and sit on that. I
There you
just
go.
was the day before yesterday. I got a deal of strawberries. I got 10 plants, and I went out and extended one of the gardens and planted the strawberries. but it was in a part of the yard that had a bunch of dying inch plants, so I had to do it by hand. What a mess.
Yeah, everybody seems to be getting sick right now. It might just be that time of the year.